The wind carries whispers of shattered seals and smoldering ruins, as the Bloodmoon Sect's hidden fortress lies in ruin. Ling Tian, bruised yet unbroken, stands atop the jagged cliffs of the Crimson Gorge, staring at the distant spires of the Celestial Alchemy Hall, where new dangers brew unseen. Every heartbeat echoes with the consequences of his last duel, and shadows of betrayal crawl behind allies he once trusted. In this chapter of recap, Alchemy Emperor of the Divine Dao, 1587 to 1588, a storm of vengeance and forbidden secrets gathers, each step forward a knife edge, each breath a gamble against fate. Will Ling Tian survive what the heavens have already decreed, or will the hidden forces strike before he can strike first? In the shadowed expanse of the netherworld, where the air shimmered with the weight of ancient cultivations, Hu Feng's heart burned with a single, unyielding desire. His every step, every risk taken, had been for one purpose alone: to claim the Celestial King technique and seize the celestial tool for himself. Nothing else mattered. The thought of the 9 forbidden lands sharing their precious secrets with allies of the immortal realm filled him with bitter derision. Why should the heaven-crushing alliance or the lofty schemes of the immortal realm dictate the fate of his ambitions? His eyes shone with cold resolve, merging the regulations of the two realms, stepping into the celestial realm. This was all he sought. Everything else was inconsequential. A sudden streak of movement cut across the gloom. Hu Feng darted like a shadow, aiming for the heavenly phoenix divine maiden and the empress. Ling Han had been untouchable before, shielded by the mysterious tool spirit, but with these two women as leverage, Hu Feng might finally tip the scales. Yet fate had other designs. Meet, waiting for slaughter, what folly drives you forward? Ling Han's voice rang clear, cutting through the tension. With a casual motion, a single strike sent Hu Feng hurtling through the void, like a kite whose string had been severed. He spat blood, disbelief etched into his features. A saint, standing against an eternal river tier, and yet utterly powerless. How could he reconcile this truth with his pride? Ling Han's calm words carried the weight of inevitability. Beneath the celestial kings, those who enter the Black Tower are nothing but insects before me. From the shadows, the Asura Demon Emperor emerged, his voice a sycophantic chorus. Master is wise. Master is imperious. Master will unify all realms for eternity. Reverence dripped from his every word, admiration born of witnessing the suppression of a demon master by one far superior. Hu Feng clawed at the earth, survival instinct mingling with pride. Ling Han had spared him a fatal blow, granting him a fleeting moment of defiance. It was not strength, but fortune, an alliance with the celestial tool that had elevated Ling Han. Hu Feng roared, "This is mine! Tool spirit, witness my destiny! Only I can return you to glory." His desperate plea was a grasp at straws, a hope to turn the tool spirit against its master. Small Tower's presence shimmered in response, teasing, almost playful. His words carry some merit. Brat, see if you can convince me to remain at your side. Ling Han allowed himself a chuckle, knowing the Tower's pride and caprice all too well. Hu Feng's appeals, pitiful and bold, went unanswered, swallowed by the Tower's indifference. Accept your fate, Hu Feng, Ling Han declared, the calm in his tone a lethal force. Yet Hu Feng's pride blazed, challenging the notion of power itself. You rely on a tool. Do you dare measure your true strength against mine? The heavenly phoenix maiden's voice rang with sharp rebuke, reminding him of his audacity, but he would not heed it. Survival demanded shamelessness. Ling Han's gaze held him steady, piercing through the illusions of pride. I have already seen your hand before when you hunted me. You restrained your cultivation then. You thought me beneath notice. Now the same holds. You are not even an ant in my eyes. I have spoken in respect only to honor your reckless pursuit. Go on, return from whence you came. No. Hu Feng's roar shattered the stillness, igniting his life force in a desperate gamble. A Genesis tear burning their life essence, such recklessness could stagger even the strong. Yet the Black Tower was Ling Han's domain, and within its walls, the master's strength eclipsed even the most daring efforts of a saint. A single gesture, a mere touch of a finger, and Hu Feng was crushed beneath an unstoppable torrent of power. Limbs splayed, resistance obliterated. In the Black Tower, Ling Han's authority was absolute. Beneath a celestial king, all else bowed. I will not yield, Hu Feng screamed, fury fracturing his very eyes. No mercy was asked, for none had been given. Hatred coiled in his chest. Why had he fallen into this trap? Why had he failed to strike when the chance was his? Ling Han's voice, calm and resonant, carried the finality of a celestial decree. You go first. Soon, I will return to the immortal realm and raise the 8 stones forbidden land to dust. With a slight movement, Hu Feng was reduced to nothing, not a trace of blood or shadow remaining. Ling Han then sifted through his memories, uncovering a spatial spirit tool, revealing the limits and potential of Hu Feng's cultivation. The spatial god tool, capable yet constrained, had traveled with him, a vessel of his ambition and a link of karma yet unresolved. Ling Han's mind pieced together the strands. Hu Feng had caught up only through a karmic tether. With the Hu clan entwined in destiny once more, Ling Han knew that severing such connections would demand the trials of heaven itself. Core secrets of the Hu clan, the celestial technique, remained beyond reach, obliterated upon touch. That is enough, he murmured, understanding the path forward. At least the location of the 8 stones forbidden land is clear. Soon I will make my charge. Turning to the small tower, Ling Han inquired of the limits of their shared power. 3 boosts? He pondered. How far could his prowess extend? The tower's answer was precise. Peak of the Genesis tier, capable of overwhelming any heaven demon or saint king in one-on-one combat, though armies would require cunning and flight. Ling Han weighed the calculus of power, the strategy of selective might. For many foes, a measured boost sufficed. For few, a display of full strength could suffice to carve a path of triumph. Thus, with calculation and calm, he chose the small power boost, reserving the greater forces for the battles yet to come, knowing that destiny, like all true cultivation, required patience and foresight. In the shadowed depths of the netherworld, where the laws of life and death bent beneath the weight of cultivation, Hu Feng moved with a single burning purpose: to seize the Celestial King technique and claim the celestial tool for himself. Every risk, every step into peril was for this alone. Alliances, the heaven-crushing alliance, the immortal realm, these were mere whispers, irrelevant to his ambition. He sought only the path to merge the regulations of 2 realms and ascend into the celestial realm. Everything else was a distraction he could afford to dismiss. With a sudden streak of motion, Hu Feng lunged, his eyes fixed on the heavenly phoenix Divine Maiden and the Empress. Ling Han, however, remained protected by the indomitable tool spirit. No blade nor energy could breach her defenses. To turn the tides, Hu Feng needed only these 2 women as pawns. Only then could he hope to claw victory from the jaws of fate. Yet, fate had a cruel sense of irony. Ling Han's voice, calm and laced with cold amusement, cut through the air. I already told you, you are but meat here, destined only to be torn apart at my leisure. Why trouble yourself further? With a single, effortless strike, he sent Hu Feng soaring as though a mere kite severed from its tether. A sickly crimson spattered Hu Feng's lips. Shock twisted his features. He, a great saint, could not withstand even the lightest of Ling Han's blows. An eternal river tear suppressing a saint. Impossible, yet undeniable. Ling Han's gaze held no malice, only unyielding authority. Do not overestimate yourself. Beneath the Celestial Kings, those who enter the Black Tower are nothing more than insects underfoot. The Asura Demon Emperor appeared in the wake of this display, his words laced with flattery, a testament to Ling Han's unrivaled mastery. Master is wise. Master is imperious. Master will unify the world and rule for eternity. Even a demon master, one of the mightiest, bowed in awe to his presence. Ling Han's power was a legend realized in flesh. Hu Feng struggled to his feet, blood still dripping, driven by envy and desperation. His strength paled against Ling Han's. The secret lay not in skill alone, but in the celestial tool. His own talents, however extraordinary, were eclipsed by this artifact of divine might. No, this is mine. I, Hu Feng, born with talent defying the heavens, shall one day ascend to the celestial realm. Tool spirit, hear me. Only I can return you to glory. His cry pierced the turbulent air and appealed to the very spirit of the tool itself. Small Tower, appearing in response, offered Ling Han a sardonic observation. His words hold a certain logic. Brat, urge me to stay by your side. Ling Han chuckled. The tower's pride was as unwavering as ever. Hu Feng's plea, though desperate, fell upon ears unmoved. He clutched at straws, promising equality to a spirit that needed no master. Ling Han's hands clapped softly, an echo of authority. Hu Feng, struggle no longer. Accept your fate. Yet Hu Feng, ever the foolhardy, challenged him with audacity. You rely on a celestial tool. Do you dare face me in true skill? The Heavenly Phoenix Maiden's rebuke fell sharp as a sword. You are but a Genesis tier, yet you demand my husband measure himself against you? Shameless! Ignoring her, Hu Feng's pride and desperation surged. Ling Han shook his head, amusement in his eyes. When you hunted me before, why did I not see you suppress your cultivation? You considered me an ant, unworthy of effort. Today is no different. Your pursuit of death in the netherworld has earned you nothing more than my courtesy. You may leave, if you survive. No. Hu Feng roared, igniting his life force in a desperate gambit. Flames of his essence twisted and surged, a Genesis tier laying bare his mortal peril. Even here, within the Black Tower, with the regulations of 2 realms at play, Hu Feng might have battled a black demon, yet Ling Han's supremacy rendered all resistance futile. With a mere gesture, he crushed Hu Feng, pressing him into the ground, limbs splayed, his life a mere whisper against the hurricane of Ling Han's power. I will not yield! I will not yield! I will not yield! Hu Feng's fury shattered the air, a storm of defiance against the inevitability of his fate. Yet Ling Han's hand hovered, calm and merciless. With a slight motion, Hu Feng was reduced to dust. His existence erased without a trace of blood, his memories stripped bare. Ling Han rifled through the remnants, retrieving a spatial spirit tool. Hu Feng, capable as he was of creating such a tool, had been limited by the vessel of his own cultivation. In death, the threads of karma bound Ling Han further to the Hu clan, a link that would demand heavenly tribulations to sever. Core secrets. Celestial techniques of the Hu clan remained inaccessible, destroyed by the very safeguards of their power. Ling Han muttered, his mind already weaving the next steps. At least now I know the location of the 8 stones forbidden land. Soon I shall charge forth. He contemplated the arrival of the Tan clan's elder, anticipating a confrontation that would shake the realms. Turning to the small tower, he inquired, if I unleash the power boosts thrice, to what heights could my battle prowess ascend? Could I conquer all heaven demons and saint kings? The tower's reply was unwavering. Peak of the Genesis tier. With complete grasp of the regulations, even peak stage adversaries would be beneath you. Ling Han's eyes gleamed. So 1-on-1, I could defeat any of them? Yes. 100 against 1? Then you must flee, 10 at most, and you might endure. More than that, and death is certain. Ling Han's lips curved in a wry smile. These power boosts, glorious yet treacherous, were tools he must wield with care, calculating, weighing the numbers of peak stage heaven demons to confront. He resolved, a measured strike would suffice. The 3-fold augmentation, used sparingly, could turn the tide when only a fraction of the adversaries dared rise. In this, the strategy of survival and domination was laid, for in the art of the heavens, wisdom and foresight often outweighed mere strength, and so the echoes of battle faded, leaving Ling Han, serene yet unyielding, standing as a solitary force of destiny in the Black Tower, the world of the mortal and celestial realms bending subtly beneath his unchallenged will.